I am. Okay. Uh, this video is gonna be about rebirth. Yeah. And I'm trying to, I guess we'll see how it goes, but there's another topic that I like to call, or well, it was explained to me. explained to me. uh, call this shadow self, but it's not necessarily like you may have heard it before, but I'm not gonna sure if I'm, depends on how it comes out, because it kind of intermix. So if it does, maybe I won't make a video about that. If it doesn't, then maybe I'll just make that video tomorrow. But this video is going to be about rebirth. Okay. The reason why I'm making this video right now is because, like I said, it's, everything's speeding up real quick. And, 13 just posted a tweet. He's trying to give people hints. He's like, said something like, we're going to see in the next few months who's really connected to the spiritual realm and who's not. Yeah, that's for real. And really the way to become connected to the spiritual realm is to detach yourself from this realm. So that's the so-called death. The death is to detach yourself from this realm. Detach yourself from the 3D realm. Okay. So the name of the game is to get to the 5th dimension, but you're in the 3rd dimension. So you have to go through the 4th dimension. That's where your light ship comes in. Because technically, once you get to wherever you're going, it's like wherever you're going is your ship. So you don't necessarily need, you still have it, but it's like when you're floating through like the abyss, or you're floating through the, space and time and all like that. That's when you need your light ship, because then you're your own so-called separate thing. But anyways, that's not the point. It's because it's like right now you're on Earth, you don't really need your light ship because Earth is your ship. But Earth itself is ascending, so if you don't ascend with it, because the Earth itself is getting a new ship, so you have to get a new ship just like the Earth so you can continue to float, or not float, but travel, do whatever you're doing. Okay, so there's a lot to this, so I don't know if it's all, but I'm just going to do part ones for now. I'm just going to do one video at a time, because I think I'm going to make kind of quite a few up until, okay, so where to begin? All right. I guess, okay, I'll begin here. So basically, and this is an example because not everybody's the same. And if you're new and you're watching this, then some of this stuff will be more for perspective. And if you're older, you should know some of this information already. But if not, then maybe this should just be like a friendly reminder. Okay, so how I want to say it. Let's just say some are already on Sirius, but it's like, I'll start here. Okay. To ascend, it's like you have to, you know how they say sleep is the cousin to death? You have to fall asleep here and wake up there. Some of us are already, it's like we're in a coma state. We're like in a very deep meditation on Sirius or wherever. Just very deep meditation, to the point where so deep that if you don't be careful, you may never come back. It's just like, when you hear about, like in mythology, they would talk about when people went into a coma, the way that they explained it was, and this is more true than anything the medical community would tell you, that when you're in a coma, it's like you're battling yourself. It's like there's something that you need to accomplish before you can find yourself again. And that's very true. That's why some people will go into a coma for a couple of days. That's why some people never wake up. It's the same exact thing there. So if you came down here with the mission, depending on how much experience you have and all like that, it could be a risk in a sense. It could be a risk, or maybe it's karma. Maybe they said you have to prove yourself. You have to go down there and see if you can make it back, like Predator. So there you'll induce like this coma state and transport yourself to the 3rd dimension so you can have an experience and find your way back to yourself. Do you really know yourself? So you will, in a sense, die, and this is just an example, die on Sirius, but you're not really dying. It's like you're going to a coma, which is just like a very deep meditation where nobody can wake you up. You have to wake yourself up. So that's why when 13 is like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, like, for real, wake up. Like, he's not, it's like he's awake already, just like going into a meditation. It's like when he goes into a meditation, it's like he's waking up, and then he goes into a meditation there and wakes up here. That is like, that's what you need to do. And even myself, I don't meditate, you know, nearly as much as I should, but at the same, well, I can't even say that because I guess I wasn't, so maybe I should, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Basically, I'm going to start meditating more. I'm going to start spiraling up very fast, and that's the reason I'm making these videos, because, you know, when it gets to a certain point, the frequencies just won't really, it's like I won't, I'm never mind. But basically, time is ticking. So, yeah, so just a couple of examples about, you know, how to better wake yourself up. Come back in. It's like, everything he says is so on point. People don't get how deep that shit is, because even when I'm going in, it just naturally goes back to, like, and it's like when you're going back inside your pyramid, that's the pyramid is the first step, like the mind, body, spirit. You're coming back into yourself, and it's like you're becoming the captain of your own ship. You're the captain of your own ship with the mind, body, spirit. So it's like, even when you come out into the world, you're still inside your pyramid. You're still keeping your body in balance. You're still keeping your mind in balance, and your spirit is in balance. So when you're in meditation, it's like you're working on your spirit. When you come out here, it's like, you could still be, there's levels to it. It's like you could still be talking to someone. You could still be making a video. You could still be running. You could be walking. You could be anything you're doing. You could just be in meditation. You could just be in meditation. It's like some people are so, it's like you could be awake while you're doing things that are distracting. But you have to be aware of the energetic exchange that's taking place, because everything is under contract. So, for example, with the food is very, very important. And it'll be more important for, you know, some more than others at this point. For me, it's becoming much more important because it's just one of those things, you know, it's an energy thing. So it's like, I don't know how to put it. It's almost like you're sacrificing. It's like almost like you're sacrificing yourself when you eat food. It's almost like you're sacrificing yourself when you eat food. Even if you're not eating the blood foods, which is just horrible, and you should just never do that. You should never do that, because that's like 1,000 times worse. But even if you're eating a piece of broccoli, it's okay. It's okay. It's like it's like you can still eat broccoli, you can still do certain things, and you'll still be on that side. It's like, so you can still enjoy yourself, do what you want to do, but also be aware that in a sense you're still sacrificing yourself. It's like because it's like you have a fire inside. So as time goes on, it's like the more food you eat, the more it'll put out your fire. So when you have like a small fire, it's like you need to keep, it's like the pilot light's always on. It's like almost like you can't put out the pilot light, in a sense. Like the pilot light will always be on for you to like have a soul or whatever, but something that's just, it gets so small. So you just eat stuff to, it's like you go back a level. It's like you're using the old type of energy, like that fossil fuel type energy, to like keep the machine running, but there's no connection to the spiritual world. So it's like you're so far out of whack that there's no perspective here, because this is the lowest of the low. It's like there's so much higher stuff that it's like, but you can't, it's like I don't even, it's like if I would just try to explain one thing, it would take up the whole video, because I'm gonna just try to keep it as simple as possible. Think about this. Okay, so let's just say you have a light inside. It should be getting brighter. It should be getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. So it's like if you have like a little flame, and it's like if you put a little, it's like, all right, if you have a campfire, and it's like you put a little bit of wood on it and let the fire breathe, it'll start making it bigger. If you put a lot of wood on at once, it'll just smother the flame and there won't be a fire anymore. It's like that with the food. So, but eventually it should get to the point where your fire is so big that any food that you put in it will kind of just, I can't even say that in a sense, because, you know, it just a little bit would, technically just a little bit anytime would be okay, you know, because it's not going against the law or nothing like that, but I'm just giving it to you for perspective. And dang, I'm already 10 minutes into this video. Maybe I will have to make another one. I guess we'll see. So you eat the food, it puts out your light. And not only does it put out your light, it's like you just took energy. It's like you just vamped energy. So you're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for it one way or another. Somewhere in your reality, you're gonna have to pay for it. And it just like the food was distracting to you, something else is gonna come and it's like getting hit in the head twice. So the foods are very, very important, especially if you're planning on leaving soon. Because, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Okay, like I said, not a lot of people watch me, so I'm gonna say it. There's gonna be certain people who leave before others. Let's just say that there's gonna be certain people who leave before others. So if you are watching these videos, you're checking these videos for whatever reason, and you feel like you may be one of those people, this is gonna be a lot more important for you. And if you're one of those people and you feel like, oh man, I still got a lot of work to do, you know, no, you still have a chance, but you might not be leaving at the same time. But this video will still be helpful to you because the way there is still the same. Okay, so the food. What else? So it's like everything you, so you should always be in your pyramid. Okay, everything is very intense now. So everything you do has a lot of repercussion. So even the smallest things, like going to start just a mundane conversation with somebody, you're going to just be like, if you're just going up to somebody like, hey man, and your intention is like, I'm just bored, I just want to have a conversation, you're going to catch karma for that. It seems simple and it seems, you know, like benign, but it's really not. Because what you're doing is, since you're outside your pyramid, because if you were inside your pyramid, you wouldn't have nothing to say. Everything would already be said, everything would already be known, and you would just be good. So if you're out here and you're just talking to talk, you're sacrificing your energy. And if you, it's like you're being a demon to somebody else, because you're trying to pull somebody else out of their pyramid so they can talk to you. So it's like you go talk to somebody, you're outside your pyramid it's like you're outside your pyramid, like, hey, come talk to me, come talk to me. It's like you're trying to attract these people outside their pyramid, so you're going to catch karma for that too. So you're putting yourself in these cycles. You should, yeah, it's serious, so you should probably stop doing that. Everything you do, you should really pay attention to. As time goes on, it become more and more serious. Everything you do, like everything should just be about self. Everything should be about self. And the more you go inside yourself, the more you'll know how to navigate and how to conduct yourself. I'm not saying you can't talk to people. I'm not saying you can't eat food. I'm just saying that when you become more conscious, you'll start to realize how it truly affects the whole, how it truly affects yourself when you do these certain things. Because it's really not in your best interest to do anything that's outside of yourself. And if you're inside yourself, you'll know when to speak and when not to speak. You'll know what to say and what not to say. It's because you're not weighed down with all this other nonsense. You're just empty. It's like you're inside yourself, so you're not inside this. It's like you're inside everything. So you're connected to everything, so you know what is what. So you see someone walking down the street and maybe you are supposed to say something to that person. So being inside your pyramid, you're talking to someone else inside their pyramid, or at least you see, it's like you're inside your pyramid, so you can see that someone else is outside their pyramid. So it's like if you're inside yourself, and this is what you should do, you'll go say to hey man, your pyramid's over there. You see that pyramid? If you go in there, you'll have a good time. You know, something like that. And then that'll be positive karma for you. You just gotta be real careful, because not everything is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. Everything is an illusion. It's like, and the main thing is these people out here. You really got to watch these people out here, because like once you come back inside self, and that's what I'm talking about when you say things to others, because it's a double-edged sword. When you are saying things to, all right, when you're inside yourself and a thought comes, might be a demon, this and this and that. When you get inside yourself, you'll know what is what. You'll know where. But people, they kind of forget when they're talking to others. It's very important to not listen to what the words come out of their mouth. Try to find the origin of that energy. I'm about to run out of time. The origin of that energy. It's like, because they might be unconscious. They might be outside their pyramid, not know what they're saying. So you think you're being polite, having this conversation, when really you're just fucking yourself. You should just look at them like the people, pay attention to who you walk around with. Pay attention to, I'll just say this, and for this, because it's about to end. Pay attention to who you hang out with. Pay attention to who you talk to. Pay attention to who you give your attention to and your time to. Because not only are you, as a light being, getting activated, the other ones who have fallen, they're also getting activated. So they may be unconscious of the fact why they're trying to pull you down with them. And it's going to get a lot more serious out here. Just saying. So this will be part one. I'll probably have to come back and make another one, because I kind of Yeah. Yeah.